up, faithful? Welcome to the East Coast Red and Gold podcast. I'm Niners Jess, along with Ty Alston, Maddie B, Niner Lady Dina. It is Wednesday, August 5th. What's up, guys?
What's going on? Happy Wednesday.
Yeah, happy Wednesday. Tomorrow is the Hall of Fame game. And then we are a week away from the Niners preseason game against the Titans. We are getting into it. And I am super excited. It's great to see you guys. Maddie, you trimmed your beard. Looks great.
Yeah.
I knew there was something different.
A little preseason trim there, Hall of Fame trim.
Yeah, I get it all, get it all washed off, cleaned out, and get ready for the year.
There you go.
I try to grow it throughout the season because, it's just how it goes, right?
What's up, Chris?
It's like how you mark your own calendar, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Yep. All right. So before we get into injuries and all that stuff and bring up Dustin Perry like Maddie loves to do, Parag Marate.
That guy.
He's going over to Leeds and the Rangers. He's making the move after being with the Niners for 25 years. You guys surprised?
Eventually, the nerd doesn't want to be the assistant nerd anymore. They want to be the nerd in charge.
The head nerd in charge.
Right. Like, am I wrong? Like, that's how this works. Like, they're not doing this for fun. They're doing this to up their level and to kind of know their internal workings, right? So yeah, it makes an absolute ton of sense. Yeah, this is what happens when you podcast in the backwoods of Maine.
Sound like an airplane going by.
Welcome to my own personal hell. Yes, it's great. Yeah. There's also. Did I tell you there's a motocross place across the street? There's a motocross place across the street.
No. Oh wow.
Oh really?
Cool. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, which is great. Like when it's through the trees and you're just outside trying to chill, and all of a sudden you hear. It's the best time. But no, I'm not surprised at all. He was involved in a lot of different things. He was wearing a lot of different hats. So clearly he was trying to figure out what he was going to do, and this is what he's going to do. So hopefully there's a good succession plan, and the next guy's just as good because Parag was pretty amazing at what he did. Frankly, in maximizing cap space.
Yeah, I'm not surprised either. And Maddie, I agree with you. Like we all know that Parag was very good at what he did, and but they've had people, other people kind of taking the place, as far as transitioning into Parag's spot as he moves on. Dina, what do you think?
Well, I'm going to be different because I was a little surprised. And then, after a while I realized, I said, well, he is involved in soccer and some other charitable organizations. Okay.
That's what the problem
All
is.
right.
Shit.
Thank you for your service. But at first I was just like, the headline, the way the headline read is like, Parag leaves 49ers. I'm like, so
yeah, like was it? Yeah, it's very clickbaity.
And I fell for the trap, and then I realized it. I said, you know what? No, maybe it's time. He wants to go. He wants to embark on other things. So I mean, once the shock was gone, I'm all right. Thank you.
Yeah, I was shocked by it because didn't see it coming. Like where the hell is he going? And I found out he's going to Leeds. I'm like, well, he's still in the family. Like, same owners, like he's still in the family. But good for him. Good to see people move up, move on, and such. So I just echo what Maddie said. He did a hell of a job managing the cap, coming up with those salaries. Hopefully, that's a template that's in place. So whoever's taking over just like follows that template and just keeps these contracts team friendly.
Yeah, that's important. All right, so I want to switch over to a topic that's actually come up this week, and it's the game in Australia against the Niners and the Rams. It's been reported that the Rams are going to fly to Australia the day before the game and then leave immediately after. And the Niners are flying to Australia 9 days before the game. Maddie, what do you think of that?
I read that earlier. I feel like I've had enough time to process it. I see both sides of this coin. Like,
Right.
Trust me, if I could drop some shade on the Los Angeles Rams football club, I would love to do so. Okay. I would love to give them some genuine crap, right? Outside of just the normal trying to stuff 250 pounds of crap into a 200-pound bag, which is what they're trying to do with their roster and their salary every year. But yet they never seem to have enough like other stuff to get to where they need to be. But it's okay. It's fine. I'm not going to do that this time because I understand what they're doing. They're looking at it as like a weekend getaway to Vegas, right? They're crashing, they're out, long flight, bing, 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 and we're back, right? Sleep on the plane. Let's get a really comfortable plane, sleep on the plane. Sleep on the plane. Here's some whatever, sleep on the plane, right? Do the same thing on the way back. But I also see what the 49ers are doing, and I actually think what the 49ers are doing is going to be better for them long term. I think the Rams are going to be playing catch up for the rest of the year on this. You guys have all traveled. We've all traveled to games. Don't you feel like it takes forever to like? To me, it takes forever to get caught up. Sometimes on
Yep.
rest and traveling across the country and what time you're leaving, what time you're getting up, what time you're going back, like all of it, right? Like any of it. So like now you're doing that, and you're also just they're not just going about their their lives. They're going about their lives as professional football players. So they've got to go out and physically exert themselves for a while. And the Rams don't have a bye week for a little bit, so it's going to take them a while to catch up. 49ers have their bye week in week 8, but I think they're going to be okay. They're going to just slide back in. They slide back in at home. I think they're going to drag ass a little bit in week 1 against Miami. I'm not, not to ruin Jess's plans, but I genuinely think that they're going to drag ass in that game, but I think they'll be just fine by the time Arizona rolls around. But for the Rams have a tougher schedule. I don't know what the Rams are going to be like. I really don't know. This is fascinating to me, honestly. Like, it's fascinating to see how this approaches because however it goes, this is going to be the cause of it, right? If it goes well, this is a great decision. If it goes poorly, well, this is a dumb decision, right? And that's for either side in this case. This is very you're going forward on 4th down, you're laying down a squeeze bunt, it's that sort of deal. You know what I mean? It's that kind of play. So hats off to both of them for doing it differently. But this is something, honestly, I'm really surprised the league didn't say the Rams had to be there, 9 days beforehand too. I'm sure there's PR stuff they've got to do and everything like that. Like, why aren't the Rams having to do any of that stuff? I find that odd. That seems very, I don't know, favorite-y to me, but that's how that works, I guess.
Well, this isn't the first time that the Rams have done this. They've done it when they played in London against Jacksonville, but it's different because of the flight. It's like a 14-hour flight from California, 17 hours, whatever it is, and then to London, so it's, I don't know. They've done it before, but I guess we'll see. Dina, what do you think?
Yeah, I didn't know it was that long. 9 days. So we'll be there 9 days fresh. And then they get there. That's a lot of time for some good practice. And like Maddie said, we got to see what's going to happen. If it's going to be a good decision or it's not going to be a good decision. Maybe this will be a good decision because they'll give us time to practice, to get used to the weather right away, get used to all the, the things around, the giant spiders and alligators that are roaming around. Did you see them spiders? I ain't going.
Kangaroo.
Yeah, I can deal with the kangaroo, but them spiders got to go. I think this will be pretty good, but we don't know yet. And you're still going to have that sluggish feeling regardless. I mean, when you come back, you're still going to be like, I know for me, it takes me about a day or two to just readjust. readjust my mind, my mindset, my body. So I can imagine, coming back and still going to have some time for readjustment. And, like Maddie said, they might be a little sluggish at Miami. I hope not, but you never know. I'm surprised that it's a 9-day stretch. I could see a week, but 9 days, I'm like, wow, that's kind of long. Are they taking up residency? They rent a condo. But yeah, we don't know. We don't know. But I know for me, it's going to take me a day or two just to like get my brain and my body back together. And I'm sure that's going to happen. We'll see what happens after, let's say, week 2. I give it another week, week 2, see what happens. Because I know week 1, everybody's trying to get acclimated.
Yeah, Ty.
Well, I love it for us. We get out there 9 days. That gives us time to get used to the freaking time difference, get our bodies right. And then, get some practices going on out there. So we go into the game kind of in a regular schedule type of pace. That favors us. It also gives us time to do the PR and all that good stuff. So without being rushed, right? So it works out perfectly for us. I like the fact that they're going out there nice and early. From the Rams standpoint, Matt, you mentioned they got to do PR. You got to remember they only have 10 fans, right? And one is a newborn,
that was such
so
a
that one doesn't
huge
even count.
oversight on my part, Ty. Like I
Yeah,
totally forgot.
yeah.
And only right. So I understand.
Yeah. So you don't have to do PR for them. So
That's true.
So I see that, but that's
No
what
one
they do.
cares.
Even here in the States, they always fly out like on a Saturday. They don't fly out on Fridays. They always go the day before. That's just what they do. So they're sticking with what they do. We'll see how it plays out for them. True, but that's not our concern. So I just like the fact that we're going out there nice and early, get acclimated to it, and be ready to play at an optimal level come Thursday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I like what we're doing. Obviously they've put in a lot of thought to, all the trips, whether they're, in the States or abroad, they've put a lot of thought into it. And I definitely like what we're doing. And hopefully it definitely benefits us and we get that dub week 1. All right, so we signed.
Before you jump on to the next thing, there's one other thing I think of too. I always think the 2008 Celtics, they went on a trip to Greece in the preseason, really brought them together and helped them bond. I could see something like that helping this type of team, just based on the way they filled this locker room with character guys, right? Like these are all guys that I think are all cool with hanging out with each other, and I think they'll look at this as kind of a fun road trip. So yeah, they're going to complain about it, but I think we're going to look back on this and be like, wow, that might have been a turning point, or that was the spark for whatever. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean, and that just goes to show you, and what we always talk about on the show, the culture that John and Kyle have put through, the 10 years with being with the 49ers. And it's just the type of culture, the football guys, the guys that care about one another in the locker room. It's just almost every single show, every other show, we bring up the culture and how awesome it is. Yep. And this is just another sign of that. What's up, Sin? How you doing?
Hey, Sin.
All right, so we signed 2 players. Both are familiar with Raheem Morris. One on the offensive side of the ball, probably a special teamer. The other one on the defensive side of the ball. Agbo Okoronkwo and Kadaro Hodge. Ty, what are your thoughts?
Familiarity in depth. We're dealing with some injuries, so we need some guys out there. We need bodies. So bringing guys that you're familiar with, like you can keep things rolling, not miss a beat. So it just makes sense. I like it.
Yeah, Dina.
The more bodies, the merrier. That's the way I feel. Keep them out there. And yeah, that Terradome, you're right. Jess did pronounce that very well.
I have a
I'm
long
very
last
impressed.
name, so I feel for the people who have a long last name.
No, I'm you know, I'm not super excited, but I'm glad that they're there. I'm glad that they're, you know, they're learning and they're there, and we could certainly put them to good use. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, Maddie.
I mean, at this point, you're in a worst case scenario, they're camp bodies. In a best case scenario, they play so well they get a roster spot. In a probably realistic scenario, they become part of the Dyla player Rolodex for guys that you need during the year when somebody goes down, right? When somebody eventually goes down and you need somebody off the practice squad for a week. You know what I mean?
Player.
They're also you know, they're also filling up, you know, they're filling up roster spots for that too, in terms of practice squad guys and developmental guys and everything else. So and some of those developmental guys are guys that just stay in the area and train kind of nearby, but they're not really, you know, official. It's like a whole other thing, right? That's so yeah, 100%.
All right, so we have quite a number of injuries. I don't want to spend too much time on it. It is training camp. I know everyone says the substation, which now the substation has made an X account, which is hilarious.
It is funny.
Yeah,
it was 11,000 followers too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
One of its tweets the other day was, you know, I'm just trying to do my job and everybody's mad at me. I particularly like that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, you know, people are blaming the substation. People are blaming Dustin Perry, Maddie.
It's not just me.
I know.
And I don't, do I go out on, I don't go on social media anymore.
No, but on the show,
what is left at this point?
Right. But on this show, you brought up his name more than once.
100%.
From last season, you know, and even into this season, you know. But yeah, so Ricky Pearsall is done for the year. Which I think the writing was kind of on the wall, in my opinion. I know he was training during the off season, but I couldn't help but notice that knee brace that he had on. Or the sleeve, if you will. So I think the writing was on the wall with that one. Mike Evans has a quad strain. Dejon Stribling just has hamstring tightness. They're just being cautious. I think they're just being cautious with both of them. Grayson Halton had a knee bone bruise. He was back at practice today, which was a good sign. No practice for Juice, broken finger. Bosa had soreness. Osa had soreness. Greenlaw, they said was soreness, but then someone had reported that it was just a rest day. And Cowing has a hip flexor strain.
Hip flexor strain.
As someone who specializes in hip flexor strains, let me tell you, ow.
I was going to say, ouch.
So yeah, for him to do that and then do what he's got to do is not. That's not on my menu.
Almighty.
No, thank you.
Maddie, what do you think of the other injuries?
I mean, it's typical training camp stuff, right? I mean, a lot of these guys train on their own. A lot of these guys do the off-season conditioning program. If a lot of them do the off-season conditioning program, like, who are we looking at, right? What's causing that? What's the common denominator? What's going to change? So I just think it's typical training camp stuff, and I think a lot of it, honestly, is overblown. Like, nobody's been carted off. You know, I'm going to knock on everything, but there's been no this Ricky Pearsall stuff. Are we really surprised? And honestly, I can't even blame the typical. Suspects for the Ricky Pearsall stuff, because this is the type of injury where, like, your best bet is to not have the surgery. Your best bet is to let it rest and heal on its own, and you have to be really patient with it. And the only way you can tell if rest didn't work is when you
Sick
ramp
you.
up activity. So every time he'd ramp up activity, oh, hey, my knee is getting worse. There was no point. That 4-month window that he did this offseason, like, wasn't going to matter one way or the other whether he was going to play this year or whatever. Like, if he'd gotten this surgery in the offseason, he wouldn't play this year at all. So they were trying to give him a chance to play this year.
Yeah.
But now that we hear it, like, what would he lasted 2.5, 3 weeks? So he makes the roster opening day and somebody who's healthy doesn't? You know, I mean, and then they immediately dial a Debo and there you go, right? Better call Saul, like, same deal. Like, better call Debo, and he comes squeaking in on his bike. Like, he was ready to go. So they knew this was coming. So, I mean, I hate to say it, but, you know, better
It's
now
plan
than
B.
week two. You know, it's plan B, and it sucks. And
Yeah.
I feel bad for that kid because he has had no luck whatsoever. And now they're going to have to. There's no way they're going to do the whole the extending
50-year option
of the contract. Yeah, the 5th-year
Yeah.
option is out the door now. So he's playing for his football life in year 4 while coming back from a massive injury that only half of the people get their explosion back from
True.
after the surgery, which is why they were trying to avoid having the surgery. So he's only got a 50-50 shot on that end, and he's going to basically make it. So good luck to him, man. I hope everything goes well. I hope everything is just chef's kiss for that dude, and he turns it around, and he turns it around with us, you know, long before he turns it around somewhere else. Unless it's Arizona, because no one cares what happens there.
It sucks though, because, you know, he's not the only one on the team that had, you know, PCL. Like Dom Pooney had the PCL. Even John Lynch in his playing days had the PCL. Christian McCaffrey had the PCL. You know, and they all
Kyle Juszczyk
yeah,
had a PCL.
and they all just, you know, healed. And this, you know, this guy just
no surgery.
Well,
So-
had bad luck.
one out of every
I
5
know, right?
doesn't recommend their dentist, right? So you know what I mean? Unfortunately, after the list you just came up with, we were due 1 out of every 6.
Yeah.
Morton says, I had surgery on my MCL and PCL. It takes time to heal. Ricky chose not to follow through with surgery. I'm going on 1.5 years and still recovering. Well, and you know what? He's young too. So we'll
Yeah, he's young. He's an athlete. They heal differently.
right.
So,
Yeah.
you know, and they got the best trainers and conditioners
They get the
and all
best
that crap.
physical therapist. No matter what, he's under
Exactly,
contract with the
so-
49ers for the next 2 years. So
Right.
he's going to get to work. However you feel about their training and conditioning staff, he's going to be working with their doctors and everything else. I can tell you right now, that's still better than anything that we're probably going to get.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So he has a high chance to come back and be just as good, you know. So you just wish him well.
Yeah, I do. But I know it's going
Right.
to take some time.
Yeah, it is. But he'll be back. Gotta be optimistic about it. Ty, what do you
Yeah.
think of the other injuries?
Yeah, I agree with what Matt says. Training camp stuff. Like, you know, like a lot of these guys go out and train on their own. You know, they come in shape, but it's different when they start ramping up football activities, right? And your other bodies are flying around and you're hitting the ground and hitting each other and all that good stuff. Like, things happen. And we got to remember, like, the reason why we hold athletes in such awe is that they do things with their bodies that the human body isn't supposed to do, right? They're moving at speeds you're not supposed to do. With weight, you're not supposed to be carrying, etc. So, yeah, things are going to happen. The body's going to be like, ooh, that was a little too much right there.
Yeah.
It happens, right?
Yeah.
And it all happens to all of us. How many times you might have gotten up from the bed and just kind of twisted a little too much, and your body's like, nope, sit back down.
That's
It
every
happens.
damn day.
Just tell me about it. But so it happens. But luckily, like, most of these injuries aren't like season ending and career threatening and things like that. A lot of these guys will be back in week 2 or 3, etc., and should be fine at the start of the season.
I mean, Chris Forrester said today that, yeah, there's bumps and bruises and, stuff going on, but you got to be cautious with. And
Yeah.
obviously you also have to pay attention to.
Yeah.
And
So
look around the league, like there's a lot of dudes going down.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like,
Down. Like, oh, they
Yeah.
tore their boo-boo-boo. They ruptured their
Yeah.
hoobie hubba. Yeah, like whatever it is, right? When you
Yep.
hear tore or ruptured, that's it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you and good night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's usually tore, rupture. You hear either of those things, just shut it off, put it away, swipe out of the app because you already know what has happened.
mhm.
Yeah.
Dina, what are your thoughts on the other injuries?
I agree to an extent, but when I hear hamstring, they hurt like hell, but I know it's manageable. And you can recover pretty well from that. It all depends on the extent of it. But look, I can get a hamstring just running down my damn steps, and then
I've got one just bowling.
okay. Oh shit. It all depends on your physiological makeup and how well you develop. And those things happen, granted, but I just don't want anything like, what was it, that one year everybody had an ankle problem?
The high ankle sprain year.
Everybody had something wrong with their ankle.
Everyone had the high ankle sprain year. Yeah.
And it's like, like chalk on a board, like no more. I don't want anything like that. But hamstring's manageable. It's par for the course for what's going on in training camp. I'm sure if I was out there, I'd have the same thing. I'd be laying still on the ground, waiting for the substation to pick me up.
Ass cheek day to day. That's what I would be,
Yep.
right? Strained glute. I guess that's what it would be.
Yep.
Yeah, probably torn. If it's torn, I'm out for the year, right? Then maybe I get an injury settlement. That's pretty cool.
Drag my ass off the field. Yeah.
Right. Looking like a dog trying to wipe my butt. Scooch. You got worms? No, I tore my ass.
No.
Thanks.
Just grass stains. So
Yeah,
You got the glute injury.
it's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
He has the ass ductor injury.
The
Yeah.
ass tucker, that's right.
Yeah.
I am stuck on Band-Aid because Band-Aid's stuck on me.
Oh.
Yeah, and well, another, speaking of adductor, Keon Black, Keon White.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's preseason for us too, gang.
Yes.
Exactly.
Somebody else has a broken rib.
Jordan James.
Yes.
Jordan James.
But
really?
that's because Fred Warner punched
Courtesy
him
of
so
Fred
hard
Warner.
he broke his rib.
Punched the
Yeah.
crap out of him.
Oh.
And not like to punch him like I'm gonna kick your butt and steal your lunch money. Like he's trying to punch the ball out, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's
But
trying to play
I
football.
did see in like
yeah.
some other like chats that like people were like really pissed at Fred Warner because it's like, like, come on, Fred, like no need to do that. And it's like, well, he was going for the ball. It's not like he was, like you said, Maddie, it's not like he was purposely going to punch somebody.
Okay.
He wasn't like this. Wasn't like John. This wasn't like that when Michael Westbrook and that other dude were fighting each other. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? This is not the same.
Okay.
This happened during a football, and it wasn't like, oh, you had the no contact thing on, and you still hit him anyway, Bobby Boucher.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like it's, oh man, I think it's tough to be a football player for the 49ers because everybody loves football. You got a whole bunch of guys out there that are like Ronnie Lott, right? And a guy like Ronnie Lott was kind of what set the 49ers apart from, I'll tell you right now, that's what set the 49ers defense apart from the previous 49ers defenses in their history and just about
Mhm.
every one of their defenses after.
Yep.
You know, I could think of a handful since Ronnie Lott has left that were probably as good as the ones from his era, but because of that same attitude, right? I'm going to punch you in the mouth. everything is serious.
Mm-hmm.
Every play is worth your respect. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
and your
yeah.
undivided attention. So we have a roster full of those people.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know,
I-
shucks, that's a terrible thing to
That's-
have. You know what I mean? A bunch
Yeah.
of people who love football want to beat the crap out of each other. Like, wow, like I don't. How are we gonna be successful with that? What's Kyle ever to do?
So let's talk about those practice scuffles. What do you guys make of it, Dina?
The first time I heard about it is like Warner gets in fight with teammate. I'm like, ooh. I wanted to read more, but I mean, these things happen. I don't think it's anything serious. These things happen, misunderstandings. Like, yo, man, I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to do this, and you moved or whatever. You're going to have scuffles. You're going to have disagreements. You're going to have people accidentally bumping into you or running into you. I don't think it's anything serious, or unless they take it to the next level. If they choose to take it to the next level, then that's another problem in itself. These things are going to happen. It's just like bumping into a coworker. You'd be like, oh, then you want to say, yeah, bitch. But you don't. You just, oh, okay, sorry. You keep it going.
If you saw me, no, you didn't, right? That same
Mhm.
same energy.
Yeah, I mean, these things happen, but like I said, if they take it to the next level where then you got a problem. Other than that, no, these things are going to happen.
I just think it's just a bunch of guys who are competitive and things happen, and then you move on from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ty, what do you
That's what
think?
they did. That's what they did. And that's
Yeah.
what happens. In camp, you get tired of facing off on your teammate all the time, and
Yeah.
things happen. And Fred Warner's just an instigator. Like, this isn't the first time.
No.
Like, every camp we hear him getting into it with somebody or jawing with somebody or something. Fred's just an instigator. But it's like Matt just was talking about, like, you got guys who are tone setters. Fred's our tone setter.
Yeah.
Right? He gets everybody else pumped up and jacked up, and this is part of it. This is part of it. So it's a nothing burger at the end of the day, because like, it doesn't escalate to some big blown out thing. It's just some little pushing and shoving and shouting.
Mm-hmm.
But it's par for the course. It makes the team the tougher team. And remember, everybody talks about we're going to be playing bully ball, bully ball. This is where bully ball starts.
I mean, Dre Greenlaw's fighting Christian McCaffrey. Like, what else do we need to say here? You know what I mean? But Dre
Exactly.
Greenlaw's also mindful enough in the moment to be like, I can't sucker punch Christian McCaffrey.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
Yes.
Stay away
They
from
hit 23.
23.
right.
Yeah.
So, like, but that you're going to see a lot of that from Fred this year with Dre Greenlaw being back. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Dre Greenlaw doesn't have to protect a lot of these other guys. Like, Dre Greenlaw is going to protect Fred Warner now. This is like when, this is like when Wayne Gretzky had Marty McSorley, right?
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
he had guys that would fight
Good
for him.
example. Yep.
Like, it's the same. Patrick Ewing had Charles Oakley. Same vibe.
Right.
All right, let's talk a little bit about one of the newest receivers who is back with us, Deebo Samuel. I know before he was signed, this panel did not want him back. Have you guys changed your minds?
Would I have preferred him stay gone? Yes. But for that to happen, Ricky Pearsall would have had to stay healthy, right?
Yeah.
And all these other young guys would have to be healthy right now and stepping up. What are they on wide receiver 6 right now? Who's taking snaps? I'm pretty sure Demarcus Robinson is wide receiver 1 right now. So, like, yeah, you had to get somebody. And I would much rather get someone who, like, look, he didn't have a god-awful year last year. Like, he was still good for the Commanders. They just went in a different direction. They got new offensive people and everything else. Debo only fits certain offenses.
Yeah.
Right. Like Debo's not going to work in a spread. You know what I mean? Yeah. He needs to work out of something with a strong run game. The first thing I said though, when they signed him was, okay, well, if you're drafting Kalen Black or Jordan James in any sort of like dynasty or best ball format, you might as well just light those tickets on fire at this point, because Debo's going to take any of the other snaps that they would have been taking from Christian McCaffrey. This is actually great news for Christian McCaffrey more than anything, I think.
Why do you say that?
I think he's one of the only guys Kyle's trusts to take off the field.
To rest.
To let him rest.
CMC, yeah.
He'll just be like, oh, I'll dial up the 2022 playbook again. That's what he does.
Which
like
he's already been doing.
The 2021 playbook again, excuse me.
Yeah.
That's what he does with Debo. He has a set amount of plays specifically for him to do whatever, and I'm sure they'll just bring those right back into the system, and that's going to cut down CMC snaps probably 5 to 10% a game.
Yeah.
There's no Debo last year to cut into those snaps. They didn't trust anybody else to take him. For some reason, they didn't trust Brian Robinson Jr. to take him, even though they trusted him enough to trade for a 6th-round pick for him. That's still not that one.
Yeah.
Dina, what are your thoughts?
I feel the same way. I mean, I'm not getting too excited. We had to get somebody, but at least we have somebody that the team knows. But again, I agree with Maddie that it's going to, like, how can I say this? There's not going to be the same amount of snaps. And I did have this fear of, not fear, but a little bit apprehension of them going back to the playbook of Debo. And, digging through that and trying to incorporate that with what we have now. I want to be able to see everybody get their fair share of snaps without someone having an attitude because they didn't get the ball. But it's we got to wait and see if this is a whole new persona. I mean, granted, he had 700 some yards with DC, so he's not over yet. But we got to see what's gonna transpire with what Kyle has up his sleeve, as far as what playbook is going to be used and when to pull him. And yeah, I think he does feel comfortable being able to rest CMC and then putting Debo in. I think he does feel comfortable with that. But, I want to see everyone get their snaps, not just be bench warmers until, game 10. Oh, yeah, let's put this guy in that we drafted. Yeah, oh, what's his name? Oh, yeah, put him in. Yeah, you two sit down. That's something I don't want to see. But other than that, look, ride or die, I'm still here. They could put Gumby in as far as I'm concerned. I'd be all right.
I love Gumby.
Yeah. And
do you think he got humbled a little bit by what happened in Washington? Like he realized maybe the scheme wasn't holding him back here. Maybe the scheme was actually here to help him maximize what he had. Maybe he realized that the grass isn't always greener on other planets.
Well, yeah, he had a bad year.
No, I mean, he didn't have a bad year.
Well, he didn't. No. His team didn't have a great year, and that wasn't his fault.
I'm talking about Debo in 2024, his last season with us. He had a bad year.
Oh, yeah,
we all know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think he was pointing to the scheme a little bit, maybe this ain't for me, etc. Yada yada yada. Nah, bro, it was you. On the offense. It was you.
Say it one more time.
Play calling. For real, don't blame the play calls because It's the same plays you've been running since a rookie.
Say it again,
Just-
Ty. It
In
was
those play
good.
calls, you caught the ball. That was the difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
When you catch the ball, it works. If you don't catch the ball, it doesn't.
Right.
That's not the scheme.
I think Debo will be extra motivated this year. If he has a lot of incentives coming his way if he does certain things, and if the Niners go to the playoffs, he gets double. So I think he'll be extra motivated this year. And like you're going to get these people that he's been wearing the green cleats. And people are kind of making things out like, oh, and he's wearing the green cleats. Why is he wearing the green cleats? Like same thing with Demarcus Robinson, with the sunglasses and the backwards hat. And, it's another thing that's bothered me, like last week I was talking about things that bothered me from some of the big heads of what they were saying. But there's nothing wrong with Deebo Samuel wearing green cleats. Let him wear green cleats.
Wherever cleats he wants. Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know. We'll just see how Kyle utilizes them. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
How Kyle utilizes them, and Dina, I'm on board with you. Like, is Kyle going to now forget about the young players that we got, like, in their development, and like, are we going to see Debo get force fed again? Like, so we got to see the utilization. That's the only thing that makes me a bit apprehensive of the move.
Yes,
I understand it. I understand why they did it, but just a bit apprehensive. So we'll see.
And the same thing's going on in Washington right now with them picking up Stephon Diggs. Almost the exact same thing. I mean, they've had a bunch of young receivers that they've been, getting ready. So to me, what that tells me is they didn't like what they saw from them, right? Now,
or they could have hit the panic button.
Correct. Because they didn't like what they saw. Maybe they're not looking. When I say that, sometimes they're looking for the wrong things. Okay. Like, just because someone didn't like what they saw doesn't mean you did something bad. It just might mean it could mean they're stupid, right? That's not your fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
So I took that wrong turn on social media. That I often do sometimes. And they were talking about one-on-ones. And a lot of people are saying, oh, well, this person, didn't do well on one-on-ones or this person or whatnot. Chris Foerster has said, yes, one-on-ones are important, but the guys pretty much take one-on-ones to work on things. So if someone is beat on a one-on-one, it doesn't mean that he's better than the other one. It just means that they're working on something. Like you take that time to work on something of your game.
Right.
Practice, man. We talk about practice.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's what I'm getting at. Like it's practice. You work on things, and I just I take those wrong turns quite often on social media, and I come across these things, and I like to bring it up to you guys because I like to get your opinions.
It's practice, and we got to remember some guys don't contest. It's the same team now. We got to remember that it's your teammate, and some guys don't contest their teammates on certain plays, right? We all saw the Mike Evans reception where he jumps up and grabs it with one hand, and Upton Stout is there. You notice Upton Stout didn't jump, didn't try to fight for the ball and stuff, which we know Upton Stout does, because why try to battle your teammate in the air and come crashing to the ground, which may cause an injury?
Right.
Nah, you
it's all
let
fun
up.
And games when Mike Evans tears his Achilles coming down because he lands on Upton Stout's ankle wrong, right? 100%
Exactly. Like you hold off a bit, let them get that, right? You
Yeah.
live to fight another day.
Yeah.
Like, people got to chill with practice. Like it's the same team. Now, if you're hearing joint practices that things are going awry, or if you see in the preseason games things are going wrong, then you have the ability to be concerned. But for right now, you just chill, let guys get their reps and get through practice unscathed.
Mm.
Terradome says competitors compete at everything. Michael Jordan won every sprint he ever ran.
Fuck MJ, LeBron forever. Now you stop. I don't even like LeBron. I just wanted to say that.
Okay. Yeah.
I stir in the pot as always.
I almost had to walk off the show. That would have been it. I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't.
All right, left
I couldn't
guard.
handle that.
Connor Colby. I don't.
The man, Connor
Matt
Colby.
Barrows had said that Connor Colby was kind of running away with left guard. But today, Robert Jones had snaps at left guard. So
You
we'll
get
see.
Connor Colby rested up with the rest of the starters, right? You can't give him every snap between now and then. Well, maintenance for Connor Colby. You know how I know about Connor Colby? Trent Williams.
Yes.
Nobody loves Connor Colby more than Trent Williams.
Yep.
So unless Connor Colby is complete shit, at some point he'll be playing, and he'll be in there. And no matter what's going on right now, like everybody's got to get reps at spots, right? Especially guys like Jones, like because he's gonna be your first guy to come in when anything crazy happens, right? He kind of reminds you how Derek Deese was back on the '94 team. Like he's gonna be the first
Derek
guy.
Deese,
Like
great player.
You know, same guy, right? You got that first guy off the bench, like boom, boom, boom. That's what it is. So he's going to have to fill multiple slots. So yeah, he's going to have to do that. But you're right. Connor Colby, left guard. You pretty much lock that down at this point.
So Osa Odigizua is jacked, by the way. He was at the podium the other day, and I was like, wow, this guy is massive. I mean,
third round pick.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And Dina's boy Jake Brendel was speaking highly of Osa today.
Not Jack, by the way.
Okay.
What's that?
Jake Brendel, definitely.
Jake Brendel is not Jack.
No.
He's been eating some flapjacks.
Okay.
He is not Jack.
Right.
Actually, a fun fact: Jake Brendel actually
Maybe
played
some
with
pancake boobs, but yeah.
Yeah.
with Osa's brother in college.
Oh,
And
really?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Nice.
he said that
That's
they were
cool.
like carbon copies of one another. So I thought that was kind of cool. All right,
Okay.
so let's talk a little Jair Brown. We have a video that Ty's going to play. He's talking about Raheem Morris. Pretty much saying that Raheem is dope. His scheme fits everyone. Jair Brown's having fun. He doesn't remember the last time he had this much fun. So Ty, let's play that and then we'll talk about it.
Raheem's dope, bro. Super dope. He wants football players, you know. Previous schemes we've been in haven't wanted that, you know. Raheem wants you to play football. He wants instinctive players. He wants guys who can just, you know, get out there and play ball and read the quarterback. So scheme fits all of us, man, and it's been great to see us transition into this explosive D-back unit.
Dina, what are your thoughts?
I could hardly hear it, but I'm happy for the guy. If he's happy, I'm happy. You know, it's kind of nice to hear someone say something so positive. And if the guy is out there and he's learning and he's happy about what's going on, I couldn't be happier for him. I just want to see him out there. Okay. I just want to see the guy out there producing, doing what he can do best. But if he's happy with what's going on, hey, learn, buddy, learn. Learn and grow. Okay. Because you got someone that the league respects, and you're in the right place. You're in the right place for the position that you have. So go for it. Learn all you can. Work your butt off. Because I want to see you out on the field. You know, and see the dreadlocks hanging from the helmet. So, but yeah, I wish him the best, and it's nice to hear something positive being said, you know, with the new guy coming in. So, you know, we're going to see what's going to transpire with this. And I'm ready for it. And like I said, if he's happy, Dina's happy.
Maddie, go ahead.
I hope he figures it out. And if it works for him, great. I hope he succeeds. I hope they don't need to trade for anybody. I hope they don't need to spend any draft capital upgrading the safety room. I think you have really good athletes in that room, and I think all of them are going to know how their roles fit pretty well. So hopefully they all execute and do a really good job. Like the talent's there. Like it just it hasn't been unlocked yet. I don't know why. A multitude of reasons. So we'll find out.
Yeah, Ty.
Yeah. We all know Raheem is dope. Like he's that dude. He's been in this league for such a long time for a reason. Like so, and there's a reason why like a lot of young players like him, because he simplifies things for them, lets them play the game, you know, lets them,
right.
You know, instead of overcomplicate things, just react and go play fast. And, you know, we have a lot of young players on the team. I think that fits them well, and he'll use them. So just to hear Jair Brown talk about that, remember Raheem, he's a DB at heart, right? He comes from that defensive background. So the secondary, you'll see them making a lot of plays this year. And I think the safeties will benefit from Raheem's tutelage. So it's all good, man. I'm ready to see the defense in action. Like I have no worries about them. I just want to see them in action. Because I know he's gonna bring it.
Yeah, Upton Stout said today that his scheme lets everyone play fast. And Jake Brendel said that you know, the offensive line, they're getting a lot of different looks from the defense. So I'm with Ty on this. I want to see the defense out there already and see how this all comes together. All right, let's go closing thoughts.
Who?
Yeah, Maddie.
Way to go, KNBR, by the way. Like, you fire Greg Papa when he's out with cancer. That's classy. Great work. We're all proud of you. What in the world is wrong with you as like anything? Terrible. -110, do not recommend. What are we doing? That's
There's other people that should have been
So
out
insane.
the door before Greg Papa. It's absolutely terrible. But shout out to the chat. You guys were great tonight. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, hit like and subscribe. We're here every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Next week, first preseason game. I know it's preseason, but it's 49ers football. As always, go Niners. And go ahead, Dina.
Yeah, looking forward to the preseason game. I'm going to try to put some toothpicks in my eyes so I can stay up. I'm also looking forward again to being able to talk about this and being able to, you know, anticipate what's going to transpire. I I'm pretty pumped and psyched about this year. I mean, I know I say that every year, but this year feels a little special. And I'm sure everybody else is pumped up too. And we got to keep it going. Keep that positive motivation going and go Niners all the way.
Yeah, Ty.
Shout out to Roger Mother effing Craig.
Ow!
This
Yes.
Saturday, we get to see the induction
Oh.
ceremony for
Like,
the
wear my
man
gold
who should
jersey.
have been in the hall a long time ago. I usually watch it on replay. I'm gonna be locked in on this one. I gotta see Roger go in.
So do I.
I'm just far too happy for him. So go Niners and salute to Roger Craig.
And if you haven't gotten your custom gear yet, made for the faithful, by the faithful, go to faithfulgear209.com. And that does it for us. We will see you next week. Stay faithful. Go Niners. Let's go.
See ya.
And of course, for the upstart 49ers, they're 6 yards away from Pontiac. 3rd and 3.
We'll see a pickup sometime on the right side, possibly.
Montana looking, throwing in the end zone.